In this homework notebook for Module 5, you are making your own assignment with Pandas. This is a fairly open-ended assignment. I suggest you spend approximately 45 minutes, maybe up to an hour, and go over this other Jupyter notebook that I've linked to that's available on this GitHub repo. It shows some additional tricks and tips for working with a Pandas data frame that were not covered in our lecture, and I just think it would help get you started with some of the stuff that's in this assignment, what you're supposed to do actually in creating this assignment for yourself. Now, your problem is to do the following. This is actually what you need to do, which I think will take about 5 hours. You need to fill in the rest of this assignment notebook with a mixture of markdown and code cells that walk through an analysis of data that you scrape from the web. So the first thing you need to do is actually pick a data set that you can use Pandas to scrape from a website, from a URL, to bring it into this Jupyter notebook that you're interested in analyzing. Now, once you've done that, you need to make sure to actually describe what the data represents. So you should have a markdown cell, you should show the tables, you should interpret with text and maybe even plots and figures. What is going on with this data? What is this data representing? What's interesting about this data? Why you want to analyze it? And specifically, you need to make sure to present and discuss at least 3 questions. They should be clearly stated in here. What 3 questions? At least 3. More is better if you'd like to do more, but at least 3 questions that you want to answer about the data. And then, of course, you need to answer them. Your questions have to center on issues around interpreting, analyzing the data in meaningful ways. Basically, make this into a type of report or tutorial that you could hand to a classmate, present to a family or a friend, and then show off just like the problems and limitations with the data, how to address these issues or explain why these issues cannot be fixed. In other words, I want you to show off your skills and have some fun. An additional requirement. At the bottom of this notebook, you should also demonstrate that you can save your data set as a CSV file, and you should also show that you can load that CSV file and then analyze the data from that. How would you go about doing it? Doesn't mean you have to redo all the analysis that you did before you save the file, but you'd have to show how it would be done and perhaps explain this is the process by which I save the data to file, and then here's how I can load that data to file, so I wouldn't necessarily have to scrape it from the website. You don't have to submit that file with your assignment on Canvas. The file will be created when I run through your notebook. Now, that GitHub tutorial I mentioned at the beginning of this video has some recommended websites to try scraping at the bottom. So you can choose one or more of those below. So if you just kind of go to this tutorial and you scroll all the way to the bottom, they have some lists right here on things that you might look at just to get started as things maybe you're interested in studying. But here's some other ones to check out. There's some mortality data for coronavirus. There's some geography data. There's some voter turnout data. There's also some Dow Jones historical data. I was looking at some of that myself. I was interested. You are free to choose your own. Choose a few. It is up to you. If you find some that are cool, then please post on the discussion boards of Canvas to share with your classmates. And I look forward to seeing what you do.